Hey everybody, welcome back to Prepper Junkie. Today we have a primary arms 1-in-6 scope. This is their SLX version. Not only that, it has the ACSS Reticle, which is phenomenal, with the added Aurora. To top it all off, this is actually done in meters and not yards. This is the first one they've done like this, so we're going to open it up and take a dive in. Let's go ahead and open it up here. Well, before we do that, I'll just give you a quick glimpse at the box here if anyone's interested. It does show you the reticle on the back here, but we'll discuss this in more detail in just a little bit. But you get the general idea. Let's open this up. And we have scope, lens cloth, and did you give me? Oh, scope manual, ACSS Aurora. Okay, so we got two manuals. So let's go over the scope. We'll start and just give you a kind of a tour. We'll start at the back here. Obviously it has some flip up covers which are removable. And this is obviously your diopter at the back. It's nice smooth operation. Feels actually very smooth, very silky. It is marked with primary arms. Moving forward, obviously this is for the adjustments for zoom, and it obviously goes all the way up to 6x. It's really nice that it has a cattail actually already installed, like it's already, it's milled into this. I just, and I've mentioned this before in other videos, I hate when I buy a rifle, excuse me, a scope, and I've got to buy, a cattail to go with it and spend another 50-60 bucks. It's really, I really like that they're actually including this now. The operation is super smooth, very nice. Moving forward, this is a 30mm tube, just kind of like your standard rifle scopes. We've got some cap turrets here. Let's take these off. I can already tell this one is thicker, yeah, and it's got a place in there for a spare battery, which is really nice. I like that feature a lot. So obviously we're going to do the windage here. Let's have a listen and see how tactile it is. Very tactile. And I can hear it just fine. Hopefully you can hear it on the mic. These are half MOA adjustments as well. So they sound great. Excuse me, they feel great and sound great. Yep, just the same as you obviously would expect. Very nice. Moving on to the other side here, this is obviously the illumination knob. It has 11 settings. There's 0 and you can see 11 there. It doesn't have the off between them, so it's, you have to go all the way to switch it off if you want to. You can't, there's no, sometimes you'll get the rifle scopes, it goes 11 off, 10 off, and so forth. That does not have that feature, but that's fine. Just be aware of that. The battery takes a CR2032, and they state that this has a battery life on medium setting of about 200 hours. It makes sense because the reticle, when they illuminate, it's quite a large reticle, so it makes sense that the battery life is a little shorter than, say, a rifle scope that just has the red dot, which will last you a couple hundred hours more. And there, obviously, you can see the batteries are obviously installed already. The big question is it says it's daylight visible, but I have not found that to be the case. I was out today. It is a very bright day, but even still, I did not find it to be daylight bright. If you're using it in lower light conditions, then it will work just fine. You'll see it just fine, but it's not going to act like a red dot. It's not bright enough for that at all. Touching on the reticle a little more, when you see it, Primary Arms has these reticles down. I mean, Dimitri's just done an amazing job. So when you look at the reticle at the point, it goes from 0, and then just below the chevron, the tip, to the bottom there, that is 200 meters. And then you can see as you go down, it says 4, 6, and 8, and that obviously does stand for meters. And then you have holdovers and things like that. It's just an ingenious design. It is a very busy reticle though. Could you use this as kind of a QC, close quarter combat, kind of optic? Yes, no, maybe. It's not ideal for sure. It's definitely designed for for hitting longer range targets. It is second focal plane, so as obviously most of you know, obviously when you zoom in, the reticle stays the same size. It does not, as in with a first focal plane, when you zoom in, the reticle gets bigger and tends to give you more details and things like that. This is this is a second focal plane reticle. It actually, move forward here, it does come with obviously a front cap there, so it's nice that these do come with these caps. The lenses are multi-coated. The glass clarity is pretty nice, I think. You know, I think that for the price point, again, you're getting a really good quality scope. I mean, the glasses is definitely decent. I have nothing major to say about it. It's not going to win any awards for clarity and for, you know, for things like that, but it's decent glass. It's decent. The length in inches is 10 inches. The weight, surprisingly, is only 16.9 ounces, which is pretty light for a 1-in-6 scope, which is nice to see because scopes can get pretty heavy. Field of view at 110 feet is about 19 feet. Eye relief is about 3.5 inches or so. I'll roll in some footage of me just kind of walking around the yard behind kind of a POV view at 1x. I tried to get some 6x footage in there, but every time I did it, I kept getting some really nasty shadow, and the picture quality wasn't good enough to show you guys. But at 1x, it'll give you a really good idea. So I'll run that for you now. These scopes come in at $289.99 from the Primary Arms website. I think, honestly, I think Primary Arms makes some of the best budget scopes on the market. You know, Vortex does have their Strike Eagles, which they're okay. I think that Primary Arms beats them because of the reticle choices you get. I think they have much better reticles. They both, excuse me, they both have not VIP warranties. Both of them have excellent warranties, lifetime warranties. But honestly, if I had to choose a budget scope, I would end up between Vortex Strike Eagle and a Primary Arms 1-in-6. I would go with the Primary Arms. Again, just pretty much solely because of the reticle. I think that the Vortex, I have used their warranty before in the past for something minor, and their VIP warranty is legit, and that is one of the massive selling points about Vortex. I just wish they had a better reticle choices. So yeah, so I'm very impressed with this, especially for the price point. I think you can't go wrong with the Primary Arms, any of the Primary Arms scopes. They tend to be great value for money. I think this one is absolutely no different. So link is in the description if you want some more information or if you're interested in buying this. Just look down there. If you have any questions, any comments, please ask them below. I'm always happy to help out if I can. If I don't get back to you immediately, it's because YouTube or wherever you're commenting on Full 30 or whatever hasn't let me know that you guys have posted a comment. So please don't take it personally if I don't get back to you straight away. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button, please do so. It doesn't cost you guys a dime, but it really helps me out. All right, folks, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.